In this video, you'll learn the basics of wild game meat maintenance, especially while in remote, backcountry hunting situations, and how and why it's so vitally important to keep your venison cool, clean, and dry at all times. I recently did a 3-part video series about kayak bow hunting. And the most common questions that people have about such remote, backcountry hunting and camping adventures are, how do you take care of all the meat if you're successful? How do you pack out a deer or other large game animals in such a situation? What if the weather turns warm? How do you keep your deer meat from spoiling? To dive right in, the most important thing with wild game meat is to keep it cool, clean, and dry. This is because if venison gets warm, dirty, or wet while out in the field, it rapidly accelerates bacteria growth, which in turn can completely spoil your game meat or at least make it taste nasty and gamey. As I always say, if wild game meat tastes gamey, then something has gone wrong. Venison should always taste fresh, clean, and delicious at the dinner table, and that all depends on how well you take care of it while on the hunt. As a first step, once you successfully harvest a big game animal, you'll need to field dress it as fast and efficiently as possible to cool it down. Now, if you're hunting way off the beaten path in a remote situation, you're not going to have access to things like a pickup truck, an ATV, or any fancy equipment to help field dress, process, and pack out your animal. In fact, you may not even have any sturdy trees around to hang your deer from to do things like skin it. Thus, the Alaska-style gutless method of field dressing works great in such a situation. This method includes skinning, quartering, and removing all portions of edible meat with the animal laying on the ground. The Alaska Department of Fish and Game has a detailed video on how to properly do this method, which I'll leave a link to in the video description below. But the bottom line is that this method can be done with a buddy, or even solo with a little practice, and it's very effective for field dressing and processing your big game animal quickly and cleanly. So after your animal is field dressed, you can put all the meat in high-quality game bags. After the meat is all bagged up, you can then hang the game bags in a breezy area for a while, or even several days if the weather permits, to drain and cool the meat down further. Now, if there are no sturdy trees around, you can build a cooling ground rack out of smaller pieces of wood. Either way, the important thing is to keep the meat off the ground and have plenty of airflow all around it. Now, you may need to place a tarp over the game bags in rainy or warm situations, and if the weather is very warm, you can put the game bags in heavy-duty contractor-style trash bags and submerge them in a river or lake to accelerate cooling before then immediately packing it all out. After the meat is all good to go, it's then time to pack it out, either on your back, on a kayak, in a plane, or whatever mode of transportation you use to get out to your hunting grounds. On a final note, if there are other hunters around, the big, furry, 4-legged kind, then you'll need to be extra careful and take some extra precautionary measures. But that's the topic for a future video, so stay tuned. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to this channel and check out the 3 Minutes Outdoors website at 3minutesoutdoors.com. And finally, if you'd like to support this channel, click on the link in the video description below to find out more.